The train now approaching platform 1 is the 0900 service to Stirling.
Bong, bong. Stirling Talks is on your radio. We are on the air. Hello, good morning, everyone. Wilson here, Stirling Talks, Stirling Community Radio. Said Midnight Oil right there getting us going. I thought that'd be fitting. We lost Rob Hurst, the founding drummer of Midnight Oil, just a few days ago. So there you go. The Beds Are Burning from 1987. Love that one. Good way to get us going. We have got so much to get to today. Thank you so much, first off, to everyone here at Stirling Community Radio for the support. And for you all out there, we've gotten lots of follows on our Instagram page, a few on our Facebook page. Stirling Talks Radio on Instagram and Facebook. Stirling Talks Radio. If you could give us a follow, I would greatly appreciate it. I've already asked one favor of you there. I'm going to ask you another one. This one's a bit more important than that. If you have someone in your life that is part of the tourism industry, part of the hospitality industry, part of anything really creative around here, the TV industry, film industry, please message them right now and tell them to listen, because this next one it's important, and time is of the essence here. Maureen with Firewalker Pictures is our first guest today. She's been involved in the film industry from Los Angeles to London, and for the last couple of years, Scotland has been her home base. You may have read a bit about her efforts to save a major studio space. Time is of the essence. You can Google her background if you want to. We've got to get to us here because, Maureen, the clock is ticking, right? Tell us how we got to this point.
Yeah, very much so. Early last year, the BBC has announced that it was cancelling River City, which was the longest standing soap opera running in Scotland. And at the same time, in one fell swoop, that they were not renewing the lease on the studio. They've had it for 25 years, and everyone was up in arms about the end of River City, which I totally get. But from a pure industry point of view, soaps days are numbered everywhere. And I get the issue about that. But my mission is more about the fact that what's going to happen to the site. So the owners are not from the film industry. They're Westerwood Properties. They're not, they're a property portfolio agency, basically. And not being from the industry, they're basically going to be open to the highest bidder. And I managed to put together an offer at the end of last year, just over a month ago, to buy the site and retain it as a film and TV studio. What's happened is that just as I was putting the offer in, it's not surprising, but it's kind of devastating that someone else came in with a cash bid. And obviously for the owners, they want it to happen quickly. They want it off their portfolio because it's not an industry they understand. And they just want the property off. So they're considering the cash buyer. So I'll know in the next few days whether that's going to go through or not.
This studio, you're in the film industry. Obviously, a studio is great. Describe for people, again, we're here on the radio. Why is this location so important?
Right. Thank you. So there are few studios of that level in Scotland. That's a ready to go studio, like plug and play. There are issues with the site, but it would take so much more money to build something of that caliber. So when you mean, like, a studio is a very widely used term, but what you need for the film and TV is really a big site, effectively, that looks like an industrial estate, but you need, production offices. You need a couple of sound stages, which is what Dumbarton has at the moment, acoustically treated, blacked out, etc. And then you need the warehouse space for, props and sets and all of that, and costumes and wardrobe. And yeah, so you need a big footprint, and also you need the height in the sound stages. Like, there's a few things, and location wise, Dumbarton is perfect because it's close to Glasgow. It's on the west coast. We know that the crew is in Glasgow. So other sites like Leith, for example, in Edinburgh, which is the one that is backed by Screen Scotland, it's got, it's a great facility, but it's on the other side. It takes an hour for the crew to get to Edinburgh, and another hour to go to Leith. So Dumbarton, it's not on the flight path. It's in really close to Glasgow. It's fairly easy of access.
It's ready to go.
Exactly.
It's something you could go in and do TV shows. They've already done. You could do movies in there.
Exactly.
You could do commercials. Anything on film, really. Any recording in there. And for people listening to this, just picture, you've seen these on TV in the behind the scenes. It is a big building a big space, and that's what you need with the offices and with all the other things that come with it. So it's ready to go. And I'm speaking with a bit of urgency here, because late in just a few days, you're going to find out if this is going to be what you want it to be, to remain to be a vital, important studio space, or something else.
Or redeveloped. And the argument that I'm making right now, I mean, in the context, when you look at it, is I don't understand how we can allow this to go away for our industry. The creative industries have been identified as one of the 8 growth sectors for the UK and for Scotland. You hear every other day about Batman, Spider-Man, like all those big companies coming to shoot here that need big infrastructure. And I don't think losing a site like Dumbarton would send the right message.
Well, and something like this, someone might say, well, it's old. There are a few issues here with it, but why can't you let's just tear it down, start over, and do a new one? That's not really how things work with a space like this, is it?
Well, no, and also it would cost so much more money to actually build it from scratch than to fix it up, to just remedy the issues that there are.
If this goes, no one's going to build this back, not this site. It's really not cost effective now. It's there. It's basically ready to go. If it goes away, that's it. No one's going to come in and invest in this. They just wouldn't. And with all the TV shows and the movies and the things and the tourism that comes here. So all of that is very, very important. If this isn't a space, is there another reason that people would want to do something else? Is there a big need for housing in this area?
Right. So this is not an argument against housing or against, redevelopment. It's just that site is already working for our industry, and it's an industry that is growing and that will keep needing more space, not less. So there will be other places in Dumbarton that will have, earmarked, like the council will have earmarked spaces for housing, for all of that. We went in depth in the local plan, in the local development plan, and you've got spaces in the council that are earmarked for different things. And one of their priorities is to support creative industries, to support local business, etc. And like with something like the film and TV industry, it's got a much bigger footprint than just what's coming into the studios. You've got all the surrounding, hotels and caterers and, everything that comes with basically sustaining an industry there.
And this is something that I think everyone in Scotland knows, that the industry here is very important with all the jobs, and not just in Glasgow, not just in Edinburgh, but in the other areas as well. They go out and film. They film in the studio, but then they'll go out to the locations and do that. And all. So this was kind of a base of operations and a very good location for this here. So with that and with the jobs, and listen, we all saw the film, Spider-Man, being filmed here, and how cool was that? This location makes productions like that big easier. It also, for you're very home-based here, it could also help some indie filmmakers, some actually Scottish-themed, filmed by Scotland, stories about Scotland. This could make that happen more.
Thank you so much. That's actually the core of the mission, I think, is nowhere else do I see studios gathering the money. Like, so you have the production industry and you have the servicing industry, and studios are the juncture of both.
Right.
And I don't really see another model that gets the servicing money in, but then lets that trickle down to local productions. And that's the idea with what would be Firewalker Studios, is basically to get the Spider-Mans, to get the Batmans, to get HBO and Netflix and everything, and then to allow some of that money to trickle down to sustaining local producers and, Scottish stories.
Spider-Man being here, those big help out the smaller, the local, the younger people, kind of keep these stories being told. You're just trying to help more storytellers do what they do, and I'm a big fan of that. And honestly, if you listen to this, you hotels out there, your transportation out there, the tourism, this all plays into all of that. So with that said, we've got just a few days before you're going to find out what the situation is going to be, what the decision is. What can people do right now as they're listening to this to let their feelings be known?
Thank you. I mean, the best thing would be to email the West Dumbartonshire councillors. So we have David McBride, who's been quite responsive to email. So david.mcbride@west-dumbarton.gov.uk. So you can email him. And basically the idea is to plant the seed of doubt as to whether any redevelopment would get planning permission. Like, we really want to scrutinize that. We've got another email for the MSP for Dumbarton, Jackie Bailey, who's been really supportive so far and proactive. So it's Jackie, JACKIE.Bailey, BAILLIE.MSP@parliament.scot.
Check us out on Instagram right now. I'll put this up in stories. You can just go and find that and copy that. We'll try and get it up on our Facebook page as well. Wow, this is a lot. This is so much going on. As someone who is a fan of storytelling, obviously here at Stirling Community Radio, we love that. I do hope that this happens, but also just as a fan of film and wanting local storytellers to come out here. Now, with that being said, I'm not from around here. You're not from around here either. Where's home for you originally?
Brittany and France.
Right.
Yeah.
And you've been in Scotland now for quite a few years in the film industry, so this is it. This is a radio station, so I'm going to put you on the spot here. Yes. What was your very first concert?
Oh, very first. It was a French guy, I think. Yeah. Was it? Yeah. Very first might have been when I was a teenager. Yeah, it was a French guy, Louis Chédid.
Okay.
Which was nice. Very first memorable concert was in LA. It was Train.
Oh.
I love Train.
Really?
I do.
They've got some good songs.
I love his voice. Yeah.
Wow. Oh.
I've seen them then quite a few times subsequently.
And I can just tell, I don't know if this is coming across on the airwaves here, but you can very much tell that you are a big fan right there. So let's get some Train coming up here for you as we're going. One more time, where can people find out more about you and Firewalker?
Thank you. I'm most active on Facebook and Instagram, so it's Firewalker Pictures and Maureen Hascoet, H-A-A. Actually, on Instagram, I'm Maureen Cuestas. Different names, different
We'll have that linked up for you there. We'll have it all linked up for you there on story. So good luck to you. Fingers crossed for you for the rest of the week. And we need to support Scotland, the film industry, the tourism, all of that. It all plays into this. So good luck to you. And hey, here's some Train for you right here. I'm telling you, her cheeks are glowing right now. I'm almost concerned that maybe something happened at that Train concert in Los Angeles all those years ago. This is Stirling Community Radio. Hey!